What is up, everybody? This is going to be my review for the 11 and a half hour event. Y'all knew if y'all were on the channel, y'all knew I wasn't sitting 11 and a half hours and not going to do a review on this. We're definitely doing a review. One of the first things that irked me was this optimize your experience thing. Totally unnecessary, was completely unneeded. Really, it didn't affect anything. All I did was just hit done, kept it going. Now, I am going to give a few credit on a few things, but before I do all that, I want to kind of point some stuff out here. For example, if you notice, if you watch some of the streams from some of the other big time creators, especially the ones that are in bed with Epic, most particularly them, you will notice that their streams pretty much when they did the event, there was hardly anybody with them. It's like they had their own private viewing. Now, everybody knows that we had server issues that day. They were down. The average person, us common folk, we spent about 11 and a half hours waiting on that shit. Most of us could not get in. My stream turned into a podcast, in fact. It was kind of a fun podcast, but it was still a podcast nonetheless. So, the average player, we actually had people with us outside of just our group. So, if you notice, like people are goofing off up there by the rocket. Let me see if I can bump up. Here we go. Got a little party going on. So you got a little party going on by the rocket. Everybody's building. Everybody's having a good time. You don't see this in anybody else's. At least I haven't seen it in any big time content creators stream. So that's kind of how you know they had sort of a private instance. Because normally when you have a big, event like this, you're gonna have a lot of people. I don't entirely buy the because we were having an Eminem concert. That's why they were having server issues because it was the biggest turnout in Fortnite ever. I'm not saying that Eminem can't pull a crowd. What I am saying is that you're not going to convince me in video game land that Eminem pulled more people on game than Marvel Avengers. You're not going to convince me of that. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell Eminem pulled more people than superheroes. The superheroes definitely, the Marvel event definitely pulled a lot more people. Now, the cool thing about this event was that you could actually go riding around and explore the map a little bit, run around. Let me see if I can bump this up a little more in the video. Okay, we got a bike. Now, at one point, I even wrecked this bike. So we got to ride around. We got to goof off a little bit, got to have a little bit of fun, while we were waiting for the countdown. And this is after I wrecked the bike. See if we can bump this up here. Now, at one point here, we just steadily were rifting back and forth. You drive over to that area, you'd rift back and forth. So this is basically what we did to pass the time for about, I don't know, 25, 22 minutes, something like that. So, as you can see, we got a lot of people. This is how an event actually should look. This is how the event looked for probably the majority of us. So we can bump up a little bit. We partied for quite a while, people. What can I say? We had a good time. Here we go. Let's see. Let's scroll this back here a little bit. Okay, so at this point, this is where the event starts. You see the little rocket come down. You got to focus, all that good fun stuff. So it was very, very nicely done, cinematic wise. I will get, like I said, I will give credit where credit is due first. So the cinematics, they were nice. They were great. You know, you have the rocket going down. You know, it's making its way down. We're actually gonna. I lost my thing over here. Hold on. There we go. We're gonna bump it up a little bit. Now we end up going on an adventure in Legoland. This is like basically like watching a big commercial. So we're flying around here, going on the big commercial for Legos. It's a preview for the upcoming Legos the next season, or technically this season now. That's supposed to be coming. Of course, they're advertising it as a separate game, so I don't know if it's going to be an add-on to Fortnite or whether or not it's going to be a separate entire game or what. So I had a few freeze ups, as you can tell here. So we end up getting, hold on, we go from there. Here we go. To the racetrack. So, so now you get a little bit of interactiveness. You know, you get to at least act like you know you're driving your car. So yeah, you get to go vroom vroom for a little bit. I did lock up a little bit in this part here, um, and at some point I freeze. I think after going through the waterfall. Now I'm willing to bet that part of it was also having to do with the fact that I had been streaming for almost 11, 10 and a half hours before this event starts. So we get here. Hold on. So froze up. We get here to the concert. So now we're at the concert. Now of all songs that they chose to play, it had to be "Lose Yourself" from the 8 Mile movie. I'm like, maybe it's just me, but I think everybody else. I'm not saying it's a bad song, but it kind of flashed back to the '80s when Michael Jackson put out "Beat It," and they played the shit out of that song on into the mid '90s. It's sort of like what they're doing with this song. Like this song is definitely out of all the choices that they could have done for this. 8 Mile. Like I mean, how long are we gonna roll with the coattails of this success? You know, and then we're playing a freaking song game. I don't want to play a song game. I don't want to play a song game. This was completely and totally lame. I wanted Eminem to fight a dragon on the stage. That's what I was looking for. The damn dragon. And he got it half right. He did get it half right. We had him over here talking so fast. Hell, he talked faster than a wife. We had that shit. Let's see what else we have. We didn't get a fire breathing dragon, but let's wait for it. I think it's coming up here. Okay, he just standing and talking. That's too much talk for me. Ah, here it is. We had already passed it. So there it goes. We got the fire breathing Eminem. So he got it half right. And then we got to sit in space with our thumb up our ass. That's the event in a nutshell. Now, maybe as a concert event, this thing might have been alright. But this is probably the most lamest shit I have seen in a good while. As a Fortnite season event, this event sucked all across the board. Epic, you have failed this event. This is the most horrible event. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I don't even know what to yeah, I don't even know what to say at this point. It was lame. It was lame. We didn't even get a new Eminem song, and the concert sucked ass. We ran through about two commercials, about what, 10 seconds, 20 seconds of an Eminem concert, and then we got to sit in the multiverse with our thumb up our ass. Yeah, Epic, you have definitely failed this event. In any case, like and subscribe. Keep the channel alive.